Good day, I'm Adrian Atkinson and this is your JIS News for Wednesday, February 9, 2022. The Agriculture Ministry's Research and Development Division is developing a strategy to address the price increase for grains, which is among the factors affecting higher chicken prices. The initiative is in response to calls from farmers for a reduction in the cost for chicken feeds, in which cereal grains such as wheat, barley and sorghum are key ingredients. Agriculture Minister Colonel Charles Jr. says plans include using local materials to develop a new formula for producing low-cost feeds for the livestock sector.
Jamaica, in moving towards self-sufficiency, will be moving towards a greater focus on developing our innovative techniques to use our material to produce for our people.
The Agriculture Ministry is also in dialogue with local poultry processing companies to discuss means of boosting their production to meet the local demand for baby chickens. Minister Colonel Charles Jr. says that while the production of poultry is down by 7% when compared to pre-COVID levels, it has been trending up over the past 2 months. He says one possible avenue for improved self-sufficiency is by bringing in new entrants and competition into the poultry market to strengthen the nation's ability to meet demands.
And even as we work on increasing our local capacity, PS, for production of baby chicks, we wish to advise investors that countries like Brazil and Canada are potential places from which you could consider importing hatching eggs, as well as further sourcing from the USA to ensure that we have a consistent supply of baby chicks to meet the increasing demand.
Mr. Charles Jr. was addressing a press conference at his ministry yesterday to update on sector developments. Still on agriculture, Jamaica's domestic crop production for the last quarter of 2021 exceeded 700,000 tons, which represents the highest ever output for the subsector. The Agriculture Minister says based on preliminary estimates, crop production for the October to December 2021 quarter shows an 18.2% increase when compared to the same period in 2020. He says the most significant contributors to the increase in production were condiments, up by 50.2%, fruits, which increased by 36.5%, and vegetables by 24.1%.
This is a milestone that reflects the determination of our farmers towards building our nation. And I believe that this increased production and productivity was influenced by the many interventions that were implemented under the ministry's recovery program, as well as the $100 million support to farmers following the impact of tropical storms Grace and Ida in August, which have now begun to take effect.
Minister Charles Jr. says barring any unfavorable weather conditions, the ministry is expecting that the strong growth experienced in the end of 2021 will continue into the first quarter of this year, which ends March 31. In other news, government is making good on its commitment to build green spaces in urban areas. On Friday, Prime Minister Andrew Holness opened the Andrews Muse Health and Recreational Centre in West Central St. Andrew. Located beside the Jamaica China Goodwill Infant School along Olympic Way, the park features a trail for walking or jogging, a playground and bathroom facilities.
It will be a gathering area. And so when you look at it, you will see it's a very minimalist design, but it is still relaxing and still fit for the purpose of recreation. It is not just designed for young people, it is also designed for older persons as well.
The Prime Minister says a second park is planned for another section of the community. And finally, the 2022-2023 parliamentary year begins tomorrow with the traditional ceremonial opening of Parliament. The ceremony at Gordon House will, for a second year, take place in strict adherence to the Ministry of Health's COVID-19 guidelines. Among the measures to ensure safety is a reduced number of parliamentarians and other dignitaries attending the ceremony. Leader of the House, Minister Edmund Bartlett, says members have responded well to the necessary measures for social distancing in the chamber. The traditional march to Gordon House will also adhere to health protocols. Parliamentarians will approach Gordon House in single file and undertake the necessary sanitization procedures at the entrance of the building before entering the chamber. Members of the public will be able to follow the proceedings, which will be broadcast live on local television and the internet. The ceremonial opening of Parliament will be followed by a meeting of the House of Representatives in the afternoon, when the new budget will be tabled. And that's it for JIS News today. I'm Adrian Atkinson. Thank you so much for watching.